Hi, friends. What about this drum beat? Hi, it's me, Scott. Microphone's working. Still have not fixed the bot. Still have not done anything. Oh, we gotta get moving. Everybody, we gotta get motivated. We gotta work on some projects and not just stream Sudoku. I mean, or we could just stream Sudoku, I guess. It was very pretty here in Portland today on the final day of September. September's my favorite month, and every year I feel like it gets away from me. Just slips through my fingers. Gotta clean up this mess back here. Why am I so blue? For some reason, at some point long ago, I chose this white balance, and now I don't exactly know why. Why I chose such a blue white balance. White. It's different on this monitor, actually. This monitor's got a little more contrast, I feel like. Even though they're the exact same monitor, they aren't calibrated. Just checking my white balance here. This is gonna look bad if I crank this up. So we have it at 3800. Could that makes me look more like a human, I think, right? Makes me look not like I'm in the ocean or something. Because the light that is on me is not really blue. One's a little warm and one's a little cool. So probably 3800 is too cool. What if I did auto white balance? What would happen? Great. Very good. Green. Yeah, I definitely want it to be green. I don't know. 4,000? 4,200? Unsure about this. I just want to be a little less blue, I think. What's a good... could probably figure out what these lights are actually set to. Let's try this. So it's normally this. Push the button. It's normally this. And I'm proposing... My proposal is that we take it more like here. I don't know. Anyway, let's do a puzzle. How's that sound? Why are there words in this song? By the way, it's a very clearly chosen instrumental. I already don't like that song. We're off to a bad start with the music, I must say. Also, wait, why am I not seeing Pretzel post to the chat? Does Pretzel not do that anymore? Or is chat frozen? Someone talking to me and I don't even know it? That seems weird. Am I not actually streaming? I don't know. I appear to be streaming. Does Pretzel not do the auto post thing anymore? Blobz, how's it going? Well, Blobz, your name's a different color now. How did this happen? First of all, okay, this is suspicious. This is one of those things where you're supposed to watch for weird inconsistencies in the world to know if you're dreaming. Like last night I was dreaming that I moved, and I knew that I moved, but then somehow when I was in my new apartment, I realized I forgot to bring anything from my old apartment. And I had already returned the keys and everything. And suddenly I was also in Paris or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get in touch with the landlord. How could I have been so foolish to move and not actually bring any of the things that I own? I totally forgot to move my possessions. I don't know what it means either. But here's the one thing I do know. Actually, I don't know it, but I'll try it. I don't really know how to do this stuff. If I click your name and manage suspicious user, I wouldn't quite call Blobz suspicious. Can't I I thought I could make you a VIP, but I don't see how to do that. Maybe your account's too new or something. I don't know how anything works. I'm going to just assume that your name is read because this is actually a dream. And that's also why Pretzel isn't posting to the chat. It's also why these two monitors look slightly different. It's very suspicious. Okay, let's do a puzzle. Maybe I'm better at dream Sudoku than I am at waking Sudoku. Let's pick some wallpaper. That's beautiful. Look at this beautiful sunset. I love it. Let's go with this. Okay, so. Wait, look, you got a trouble again. Why is naked pairs unacceptable? But anyway, whatever. Naked singles are fine. Twitch has some strange questionable moderation. So what do we need to do? Should I actually... Who's this? Sorry, I got distracted by the Google Doodle of the day. So I have in my possession a link to a previously or never before seen Blobz puzzle. No one has seen this ever. Wait a second. This says it's been fault solved 4 times. Okay, that kind of puts a dent in the tale I was just spinning. So Foggy index scripts, and Blobz has told me that this was inspired by comments that I remember making, because when I'm streaming it's just a blur where it's just come out of my mouth, but it was something to do with liking fog puzzles because they focus, especially early on, you know where you're supposed to be looking, and I like that. And I like I was talking about some of these weird indexing, like partial indexing. So the rules we have are Sudoku. There's Sudoku involved. Cages are cages. Pink strips of at least 2 cells in length are hidden in the fog. Digits in a vertical strip in column N indicate... Whoa! You have vertical and horizontal indexing in the same puzzle? Hidden in the fog? And then fog rules. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'm predicting I'm gonna... Okay, this already looks... I like the way this is starting. At least these are some things I know a little bit about. But let's start with... I probably should not do this on stream, but here we are. We get some fog. Surely there's some good fog shaders. Oh, that one's a little spooky. Ooh, look at this haunted forest. Foggy mountains. Let's not do the foggy forest. Misty lake, frozen wasteland. Should we try the foggy mountains? Kind of cool. It blows my mind what people can pull off in a relatively short shader. Part of my job is writing shaders, even though honestly now I just mainly use the Unity shader graph because it makes life so much easier. And still, I look at stuff like this and I'm like, how y'all doing that? Cool. It's freaking cool. Okay, so what are we doing? We're closing this, presumably, and doing this. That looks nice and foggy. Okay, are we ready? I think we're ready. I'm gonna reset the time. Because, you may wonder why I reset the time like this. It's because I'm going for world record solves here. And I need every second counts. Okay, so what do we know about a 5 cage? We know a 5 cage is only 2 digits because 3... Well, that's not true, is it? Actually, in this case, because this 5 cage could do something really sneaky like this. So never mind, I take that back. I don't know anything about a 5 cage. Nothing I know about this 5 cage. It would appear this is a 7. Okay. I do feel pretty confident that you can't make 7 and 4 cells. Oh, wait. No. I'm sorry. There's no repeats in a cage. Sorry. Digits do not repeat in these cages. So I think without repetition, then this is not possible. It's not a 3-1-1 or whatever. So is it a requirement? These are unique digits, so that won't be that would be 6. So this is definitely 2. So a 5 and 2 digits is always a 1, 4, 2, 3. I think that's always true. And a 7, interesting. A 7 and 3 digits, 6 and 3 digits is 1, 2, 3. A 7 and 3 digits is 1, 2, 4. And oh my gosh, Grimbone, I was thinking about you yesterday, because you know what Skojo said in earnest when I was like halfway through the puzzle yesterday? Skojo was like, "Oh, it should be easy from here. You can just fill it in from here." And he wasn't even saying it ironically. It was like you were in disguise. Do you know Grimbone, do you know of Tom Cardy? Is he from New Zealand or Australia? Where's Tom Cardy from? Is that his name? He's Australian. What are your thoughts on Tom Cardy? I love his latest song. His perception check song. I've probably watched this video 75,000 times. It is so good. Anyone who has not seen, I'll just drop this in the chat. I love this video so much. I've seen some of his stuff in the past, thought it was reasonably good, but this one is killer. I also really like this one as well. See this 1.2 million views? Those are all me. In the last 10 days, I have personally watched this video 1.2 million times. He's got some bangers for sure, but that one is oof. Flirt with Your Dad is a classic. It's good. It's very good. I like it. But this one, I can't stop listening to. Like, Flirt with Your Dad is funny. I like it. I watch it. I giggle. Everything. It's a good song. But it's not a banger the way these two are bangers. Like, these songs are just in my head. Anyway. What I'm saying, Grimbone, is why don't you do this? You could be like the death metal version of this. Of a funny Australian. You're already Australian. You already like death metal. You're 90% of the way there. Okay, what are we doing? We're doing this puzzle. Sorry, I've ruined my time now. Ruined. Okay, so what we were saying here. What were we saying? We were saying that we appear to have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. Here. Is that true? Because the 5 is either 1, 4, or 2, 3. 7 is always 1, 2, 4. You may be asking yourself, how do we do this? You don't know how to make music. I thought that's all you did all day long. What do you make? Just fast drum beats? Or are you still trying to make Pro Tools work? What do you think Tom Cardy uses? Think he uses Pro Tools? I doubt it. Wait, EDM isn't music? What does the M stand for? What does the M stand for in EDM? Pray tell. Anyway, how do you make this work? 1, 2, and 4 are already consumed in this box, right? There's no other way to do this. So this is not 1, 2, or 4. So I've got a hunch that I know what this digit is. Is that what it stands for? How come you didn't get auto-modded for that? If you make up swear words, you don't get auto-modded? It was a 3 the whole time. And 3 always goes to the 2 the whole time. Ooh, look at that. That means the 2 is not here, so the 2 is here. Interesting. So Blobz needs to take a cue from this, because Blobz has been getting... how come you're a VIP? How do I make Blobz a VIP? Well, I don't know how to do that anymore. I can block them, follow them, whisper them, add guest. But I don't actually know. Maybe I have to do it somewhere else. I think I have to do it somewhere else. Anyway, okay, we're off to a good start. I love this puzzle already. This, whoa, that's crazy. Interesting. So this is gonna like fling us all over the place. Right? This is really gonna hurt my brain. The like horizontal and vertical indexing strip. So that means this digit it has to only apply to this one, right? It can't apply simultaneously. That wouldn't even be possible, would it? I guess would it be possible? But it's either or. Yeah. Okay. That would be nuts if this somehow could be both. I'd have to think about if that was even possible. Okay, sorry. So does that mean there's a 9 here? It does. Wow, look at that. We got a whole box for free. This is given to us. And we learned some tricks yesterday about this. I feel like I have an unfair advantage for this particular cage. I feel like I'm cheating, frankly. But not so here. This one, was a single degree of freedom here. But what we learned yesterday is when you see this kind of nonsense, it means, I don't know why I called it nonsense. When you see this kind of configuration, normally what I was complaining about was that these 2 cell indexes are a little confusing to me. But this one cleverly takes advantage of the kind of mod thing we were talking about yesterday, where when you have a 3 cell index like this, you know that one of these is going to be low, one of them is going to be middling, and one of them is going to be high. And when you have a gap like this, you might say to yourself, like, well, shucks, how could I possibly do this? How could I do this? And you would think there was no answer. But then you start to think about this and you think, wait, how could a low digit ever be in here? I couldn't possibly index this box in here, because if I put 1, 2, or 3 in here, I will not be able to hit 13 and 2 digits. In fact, I can't even have a 4 in here because the 9 is not in there. Look at that binary throwing subs around. Thank you. Binary, I was just thinking about you. Why was I just thinking about you? Oh, that Cloudflare AI stuff is cool. We got to do something with that. I was thinking for you another reason, but it escapes me. But the AI stuff I was definitely thinking about today. What's weird though is, so they announced workers, they announced worker GPU, so they announced workers AI, and they announced like GPU for workers, but they don't seem to have image generation models. So even if you have even though they seem to have AI and separately GPU workers, they don't seem to have image models. Or do they? Do they? Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So what I was just saying here, we can't put 1, 2, 3, or 4 in here. So we know that this 1 is indexing something in this realm. I don't know if we know more than that at the moment. That's the thing that we know. This one, well, is interesting because is it okay to have an 8? Can this 1 be this? Because then this would be a 1 and this would be an 8 and this would be a 4. And at a glance, that seems seems okay. I'm probably supposed... The fact that I just was given this 9, which was just handed to me on a golden platter, makes me think I'm probably supposed to be looking at these, but also we got all these as well. So it does mean that these are... One of these is lowly. Sorry, no. This one is the lowly one. So one of these is middly, and one of these is highly. And the one that's highly is not an 8. So the highly one is either 9 or 6. The middly one seems like it can be anything. Well, I'm gonna think about that a little bit. Over here with this 5, this is weird, like switching from the to the vertical strip. So we can see that this 5 is not lowly. So this is a middly or highly 5. This one seems like it could be lowly. This one seems like it could be highly. So maybe we don't really know anything about 5s yet. Is that fair to say? So maybe this strip is not quite useful to us at this moment. So the thing that's grabbing my attention is this, but let's think about what this means for a second. I can't actually have a lowly digit in here because of this 9, right? There's not a lowly digit in here. This 9 forbids that. So the lowest this could be is a 4. So in here, there's going to be a middly digit that is 4, 5, or 6, and a high digit that is 7 or 8, right? The high digit is definitely not 7. Because it isn't. Because there's not a 1 in this row. So the high digit up here is definitely an 8. And that can only be here. Right? Is that true? Is what I'm saying true? And then this would be a 4? And this would be a 1. I'm nervous. Block puzzles cause a certain kind of anxiety. Because I don't want to like put a digit in and have it be wrong. That would be bad. But even worse, actually, the anxiety is like to accidentally type something and reveal something I'm not supposed to see. This 15. Well, is this interesting now? Doesn't that mean there has to be a 7 in here? Doesn't that mean this has to be a 5, 7? Because we've said it can't be low. So it's a middle and a high. We have 2 of the high digits here. So one of these is 7. Sorry, not 5. One of these is 7 and the other is 6. So does that end up being a 6, 7 pair? That would sort of appear to be true. So the 2 indexes this 8. The 8 indexes this 1. 4 means there's a 1 here. This puzzle's really interesting, Blobz. Blobz isn't even paying attention. It's really interesting to jump around in the fog. I feel like that's pretty unusual. Well, I just mean the anxiety of I don't know if you have this, but like it was I've done this accidentally before, like doing a fog puzzle, like mistype and put in an unintentional number and then accidentally reveal something I'm not supposed to see. It's really interesting to jump around in the fog like this. So this 1, there's going to be a weird configuration of 1s here, right? There's going to be a little X-wing of, a little baby tiny X-wing of 1s. One of these days. This almost doesn't even seem possible. Oh, it's not possible. This is not a thing that is possible. 4 digits with a 1 in it certainly cannot sum to 29. So this cage has to swing one way or the other. Because the maximum this could be 7, 8, 9, which is 24. So that'd be 25. So we've got to... This cage must spread out into the darkness. Do we have any more thoughts on where these other... where 9 goes? I see a 15 peeking at me. A 4. Indexing 4s. It's interesting. The 15... it's kind of lame, because you can make 5 digits sum to 15. I don't have a great deal of confidence in that 15 at this moment. This digit could be... what could this digit be? It's not 1, 2, or 3. And it's not 4, because there's already 4 here. So it's 5, 6, 7, or 9. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, or 9. That's not what I have to do. Okay, I just want to go through these. I don't. This is my weird stream habit I've done. It's like put in all the digits. So it's obviously not 1, 2, 3, 4, both because those are in here and because we know that 1, 2, 3 is ruled out here. 4 is ruled out by this. It's not 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it's definitely not 5 or 6. Sorry, 6 or 7, because there's a 6, 7 pair here. So we're going to roll it 6, 7. And it's not 8, because that would have put a 9 here. So that is only 5 or 9. This I feel like is going to be less fruitful, but let's do it anyway. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 are ruled out by the box. But we don't have the advantage of the 6, 7 pair doing work for us. Well, we can rule out 8 once again, because there's already a 3 there. So this one can be 5, 6, 7, 9, which is lame and not cool at all. So we end up with a 4 in here, which is a little bit interesting because of this. Michigan Josh, how's it going? Every time I see your name, I think about Saginaw, Michigan, and that it's a good song with a really stupid story. Like, the story does not hold up to scrutiny at all. And I feel like, you know, in country and Western music, there's lots of like narrative. There's lots of stories told in the songs. And I think they generally hold up to basic scrutiny, but things are going okay. But for some reason, that song, whenever I listen to it, I'm like, that was a great song. It's really dumb. I know I'd bring that song up every time you join. I apologize, but there's only so many things I know about Michigan. And so there's only 2 jokes I make anytime I see your name, which is about Michigan J Frog is number 1 and Saginaw, Michigan, number 2. That's it. I mean, there's also Detroit. The funny thing about Detroit, though, is I feel like, and this is an interesting thing, Detroit as a concept exists very separately from the concept of Michigan. You know what I mean when I say that? Where like everything that Detroit kind of means, the sort of like cultural weight of what Detroit means, has no connection in my mind with like the broader concept of Michigan. It's pretty weird. I'm not even sure I can think of other like city-state combos like that. There's just the weird thing with what California means. Like, California means something, but it means something in many ways pretty separate from what like San Francisco means. Because California, I think, generally means like beaches and palm trees and Hollywood, more like LA. I would say like California broadly more like the concept of California aligns more with the concept of LA than the concept of I guess it's a similar thing with New York State, right? Like, yeah, upstate New York doesn't have a great deal. Yeah, it's true. That is true. It's a weird thing. The California is a weird one. Like, right? You hear about people showing up in San Francisco where it's 50 or 60 degrees without any warm clothes. Like people visiting internationally because they're just like, wait, I thought California was a warm place. I feel like most of the places in Texas, the funny thing about Texas is big enough to have a few different identities if you're from Texas, but I think broadly outside of Texas, Texas is viewed in a very homogenous way. Okay, I'm sorry, we've lost the thread here, as usual. There's a 1 up here. That's a thing we can just say, I believe. We can say there's a 1 up here. I think we can also say that there's a 3 here. And that there is a 2 and a what here? A 2 and a 5 here. Not to get like caught up doing Sudoku. I'm trying to... Blobz, is that a hint to me that I should get back to the puzzle and burn off the fog? Are you being passive aggressive? That was a... I do... So I have lived in a relatively broad range of climates, I would say. Like, I'm originally from Texas, where in the panhandle of Texas, which is different from North Texas, weirdly. But I lived in Austin, and, you know, I've lived places where it got real hot. And then I've also lived in New York City and in Chicago, where it got real cold. And I lived in Minnesota, but only for 6 months in the spring and the summer and a little bit of the fall. So I basically totally dodged having to live in the winter there. But I do remember something funny, like arriving there in the spring when it's still, you know, chilly by the metrics of where I was from. But everybody's immediately like sandals and shorts because it's 51 degrees. But the same thing actually happened to me in when I lived in Chicago. Like this, as soon as it was not freezing, I was out like running along the lake, and it was probably like, maybe it was like 51, but I was just so excited that it was above freezing that so I don't know. Anyway, now I feel like after living in the Pacific Northwest, my tolerance of ranges is not what it used to be. Anyway, okay, what do we? We should probably do Sudoku. We'll do this Sudoku puzzle before Blobz makes more passive-aggressive comments. Okay, we got a 2-5 here, so there's not a 5 here. That means we kind of know the composition, roughly, of this cage, right? Well, we don't, because we decided that this cage is going to take a turn somewhere. 8 is there. Okay, sorry, I got too distracted thinking about whatever it was I was thinking about. This is not indexing a low number, but that's actually weird. Like splitting an index across the box here breaks all of our rules that we've been forming, right? All of our newfound knowledge is compromised. We know this isn't low, but these could both be middly. We do certainly know that there's a 4 in here somewhere. Right? In fact, we know quite a bit about what's going on in here. What do we actually need here? 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's not a 4. Okay, maybe that wasn't as good as I'd hoped. But anyway, we know there's a 4 in here. And that would mean if what, like, these were indexing low. Which they don't have to, because the 4 could be here. Then one of these would be a 2. Oh, there's a 2 right there. So this is a 4. How cute. I love that. And we got a little weird nook over here. So to make 29, we're going to have 24, 28, 29. So this is 7, 8, and 9. Oops. Not what I meant to do even a little bit. Oh yeah, Blobz told me to turn off big digits. Let's do it. Where is that? Large digits? No. That is an extremely subtle difference, but okay. So that is 7, 8, and 9, I believe. Is that right? Is this sum to 29? Yeah. So this is going to be 6. And that is going to not be a 6. And this is going to be 5, 7, 8, 9. But it's not 6 or 7, so it's not 7. So we have a 5, 8, 9, some nonsensical array of digits here. Yeah, that's why he suggested it, because I was complaining. I was using it as an excuse yesterday for not being able to see a 13. But now I won't have that excuse anymore. So maybe I'll turn it back on, because I was using that as a helpful excuse. So there's a 6 in here. These 4s. This is going to be tomato right to the kisser. These 4s. I see tomatoes flying, but I don't know if they're helpful tomatoes or. Oh right, we're indexing things, aren't we? So this is the 9, and this is the. This is a 9, because those are the rules of this puzzle, and that means that's our middly digit. So this just is 9, and that's not 9. So we get a 5, 7, 8 little party over here. So these are going to be indexing up. These. Oh, I love this. Okay, so these are not indexing down. They're indexing this way. So this one is indexing down, but it can't be a 2. So it's a 1. So that's the 5. Blobz, this is great. Halen NZ. How's it going? Are you from New Zealand? I don't want. Listen, Grimbone is from Australia, so I don't want any. No fighting. We were just, there's a battle now of where the sort of who from sort of, what is that, in the region of Oceania, who's the funniest kind of novelty musician, which, obviously all-time greats would be Flight of the Conchords, but we were just talking about Tom Carty, who's from Australia, who in many ways I feel is sort of carrying, he's taken the burden sort of for comedy music, and so whereas New Zealand seemingly is slacking a little bit. I mean, those aren't my words. I hear people say that. This is 2, 3, and 8. Wait. One word, and I will understand. Pavlova. Wait. Will I understand? Is that wait? What? It's a meringue dessert originating in either Australia or New Zealand. Wait, is this a point of contention? Is this the battle? Is there a battle between who is the true progenitor of Pavlova? That, I will say, that actually looks like a dessert versus fairy bread. I mean, this it sort of looks like a dessert. It's kind of creepy looking. Interesting. Yeah, sorry, forgive my ignorance. What is it? Is it how you say the word, or what's the battle? What does Pavlova tell me about Australia versus New Zealand? Okay, so we know these are indexing upwards. One of these has to be middly. This one, we can't index this, and we can't index this. Okay, this doesn't index this. This doesn't index this. This, if we put a 6 here, this would be a 5. 5 in a 12 cage could go with a 7. Is that all? Oh. How else can we make? We can't. If you don't have 1, 2, 3, or 4, presumably this is a 2-cell 12 cage, right? Because to be a 3-cell 12 cage, you'd have to have low digits. We have no low digits. So 5, 6 would be 11. So 5, 7. So this seems like it's 5, 7. That seem true? That this is 5 or 7. So then this is equal to 6. Or it's just equal to 6, right? Because if it was equal to 7, we would break this pair. So is this just a 6? This is a 5. This is a 7. 7 is indexing itself. You're just messing with me here? You just toying? Can I prove it's not a 3-cell? I with no low digits, the lowest 3-cell would be 5 plus 6 plus 7, right? Would be 18. Oh, wait, it could? Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no! I blew it. I cheated. Dang it. Oh, no, I cheated. Okay, wait, I want to back up. Sorry. Oh, man, bummer. You're totally right that it could curve and take a 1. See, that's what I was anxious about. That's Blobz. That was very much the source of my anxiety. Was accidentally, or was that one was just bad. That one was just like blundering forward and mistakenly getting the correct thing. Okay, everybody, we're gonna just pretend that didn't happen. Hang on. Oh, hey, it's me, Scott. I'm just returning from being gone for 5 minutes when definitely nothing happened. Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. That's what I get for rushing along. Obviously, there's a 1 down here. Obviously, there's a 1 down here. And this could do this, right? Because it could be 5, 6, and it could pick up a 1. Oh, now I feel bad. I'm sorry, everybody. I blew it. See, I would rather have been just wrong, and then I would have known I was wrong instead of being correctly incorrect or incorrectly correct. This is a real travesty. Okay, sorry. Let's think about this a different way. So what I was saying, well, wait, to do that, it would have to be 5, 6, 1. Okay, let me just think about this for 1 second. How could this possibly be 12? The minimum these two digits could be is 5, 6, which is 11. And then you're correctly pointing out I could spin here and be a 1. But if this is a 5, 6 pair, how do I index this? If this is a 5, if this is 5, 6, 1, if I put a 5 here, then this is a problem. But if I put a 6 here, then this is a 5, and this is a problem. So it's not even about the 1, it's just about the fact that you can't have 5, 6 here.
It's an idea, Uncle Ben.
Right? Well, okay, that's fair. I mean, either way, this is either a 3-cell 5, 6, 1, or it is a 2-cell 5, 7. Either way, there's a 5 in here. So that makes this either 6 or 7, right? Oh, I see, but this could have been 7, and this could have been 5, and this could have been 6. That's still okay. Is that true? So if I put a 7 here, then this could be 5, and this would be 6. And that would still be okay. Because we're saying really this could be 5, 6, or 7 is what the options are there. And then this is 6 or 7. So this is a 5, 6, 7 triple. Is that true? Now I don't trust myself. Now I don't trust myself anymore. It's all falling apart. Yeah, 7 does work. No, I'm falling apart here. But yes, no, this is good. It's just I feel here's my perpetual problem, and this is a true statement. When I'm streaming, I get very self-conscious about going really slow, and then I start to try to go a little faster. But then when I go faster, I make mistakes, and then I think, oh my gosh, I have to go slower, and then I go too slow. It gets too slow, and get self-conscious again. So this is just a horrible. A horrible roller coaster we're going to be on together. Anyway, we have 8, 9 here. So it's going to throw the 8 down here and the 9 up here. I keep wanting to think that this is going to index out, but it's definitely not. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Right. Long ago, we discussed this. Hundreds of years ago, we talked about this and why this can't be 1. Thousands of years ago. And I even drew little fanciful X's. And what I didn't do is pencil mark, which I should have done. Pencil mark these. Which guarantees that there's a 1 here. And so there's not a 1 here. Had I pencil marked that when I should have, we would have known what we needed to do here. So there's not a 1, so it's not a 6. Is that fair to say? We did it. Good job, everybody. Why did I not pencil mark that? I don't know why I didn't. I guess the thing that I think ran through my mind was the don't do cross box pencil marks, but these aren't cross box pencil marks. These are true. This is true. Okay, sorry for the clumsiness. So this is a 5-7 pair. So this just is a 6. And we're hopefully back on track now. We're back here. Okay. See, it makes me feel bad because these puzzles are so good, and then I stumble all over them. It's like imagine Blobz was like a gourmet chef and brought out a beautiful meal to me, and I accidentally knocked it on the floor, and then I just sort of picked it up and dusted it off and kept eating it. That's how I feel with these things. 5-second rule. Has anyone actually studied that? Surely there's been papers on, like, is there any truth to that contamination has like a time limit? So you're saying if I make a mistake, as long as I recover within 5 seconds, it's okay? Is that fair? I would never use ketchup. I'm not a ketchup fan, actually. I think ketchup is too strong. I'm not like opposed to the taste of ketchup necessarily. It's just too strongly associated in my mind with people that just coat things in ketchup because they have juvenile palates, because they're like perpetually 6 years old. So they just want to cover everything in ketchup. But I like the things that people typically would put ketchup on. I prefer different condiments on them anyway. Like for French fries, my preferred condiment is veganese. Veganese? I don't know what it is. I always call it veganese. I think it's actually veganese. Anyway. Or like, vinegar. Which ketchup is just vinegar and sugar with some squished up tomatoes in there, I guess. Anyway, what did we know about this? We said it's in the 6, or that's indexing there. So that's here. 7 is indexing itself. This 14 cage, the 8 would go with the 6, and the 9 would go with the 5, and we can only have the 5. So this is the 9. So this is an 8. So that, well, okay. That's funny. Well, we learned this a different way. Oh, how funny. Are we just indexing into the past here? Because this vertical one is indexing this, right? So then this one has to be 4 or 6. Oops. There's some time travel here. Where is this 7 as a 2? We already know that. I love this. I love like uncovering something in fog and we just already know what to do. It's a good feeling. This 5 is in the 8, which we knew there was an 8 down there. So that is all checking out. This, I guess we just don't quite know this yet, do we? We've got the tail of some weirdo here. Feels like there's Sudoku we could do. Obviously, I don't want to do it. What? A 3, 4, 7? So this needs 4, 6. 4, 6. 3, 4, 6, 9. Is that right? This sees a 9. This sees a 6. This sees a 6. So we know the 9 is up here and the 7 is down here. That doesn't really help with any indexing mess. Oops. Did we actually place these? I think we did. This is so confusing. This is putting the 5 in the 8. This is putting the 5 in the 6. This is putting the 5 in the 1. The 4s here are doing stuff. Okay, so neither of these 4s are indexing west. These need to index east. I don't actually know much about 4s in the unknown east, though. It feels like something... What does it feel like to me? It feels like... there's ones in here. It feels like... there's ones here. But this is not a 1. So that's true, right? It's ones, that's not a 1. This is not a 1 because that isn't a 4. So this is a 1. So this is a 9 cage in... It has to be 3 cells because 9 can't be 4 cages. 4 cages is 10. The thing about a 3-cell 9 cage that is a heartbreaker. Oh, we get a 1 over here. What a pleasure. And we get a 9. We get a 3 over here for apps for free. We get that. That free was just given to us as a gift from Blobz. That means we've got the middle 9 and the high 9 to worry about. The high 9 is not 8. But the thing I was going to say about this is normally 3-cell 9 cages make me mad because they don't have to have a 1 in them, right? Other 3-cell 6, 7, and 8 as 3-cell cages are constrained, especially 6 and 7 in a 3-cell cage because there's only one way to do those. But even an 8 3-cell cage, even though there's 2 ways to do it, you know there's a 1 in it. So often when you get a 9, you're like, oh man, is it 2, 3, 4? Is it 1 something something? But we know there's not a 1 in here. So this has to be 2, 3, 4, I think. And the 2 goes there. And that gives us a 3, 4 pair here, which means this digit is 5 or a 6, which completes a 5, 6 pair that's been lurking in the shadows over here. It also unravels this 2, 3 pair hanging out over there. Oh wait, sorry. Unravels it by making that a 2, not a 3. And then leaving us with what? Another 8, 9 pair? Well, that's the 9 and that's the 8, and 9 is indexing itself, which is great news for everybody. And 5, 6. I woke up this morning. First, the Beastie Boys were in my head. Sabotage. To listen to that. And then Wilson Phillips, Hold On, was in my head. Don't know where that came from. We have 5, 6, 7. I didn't realize they were... I hesitate to use this term, but it's popular in the world now. I didn't realize they were Nepo babies, to use a popular phrase these days. I didn't really know anything about Wilson Phillips, really, other than that song. But I did not know they were rock music heirs. So this is 4, 5, or 6, right? Because this is going to be the middle-y one of these. This 7 is going to go somewhere. It's not going to be low. So it's either 4, 5, or 6, or 8. Or 7, I guess. 7. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know about this one just yet. We don't know the size of this cage. We don't really know what this 15 is doing. I don't think. Maybe we do. I'm slightly fearful that we've missed something. This is a high. So this is 7, 8, or 9. So this is going to index up here. That's just interesting because if this is so this could be 4s and 9s living together, but couldn't it also be 4s and 7s living together? This 4 is in any way restricted? I don't think so. I just know it's up here. would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But that doesn't communicate up here. That doesn't. We just know it's not low. So this is also middly or high. I'm seeing tomatoes out of the corner of my eyes. Corners of my eye. I see. Okay. Does that mean I made a mistake or I'm just not paying attention? Okay. The tomatoes are flying fast and furious. Which means probably that I'm missing something extraordinarily silly in how like blindingly obvious it is. Absurdly, ridiculously, blindingly obvious. So just in thinking about the options of what we have remaining here, where could I put this 7? Feels like it could be a lot of digits. This 9 is definitely in here. This 4 is up in this land somewhere. I haven't thought very hard about this 15, but maybe I should. We do know some things. Look at that. I see. Is this me adding ketchup right now? Is that the new? Is that? Oh my! I didn't make the connection between the tomatoes and the ketchup. Okay, there's a 15 cage here, which presumably someone should think about at some point. Someone should do something about that 15 cage, probably. I don't want to think about a 15 cage. I don't like it. I'm not interested in the 15 cage. Okay. Blob says to pay attention to block 6. Sorry. Let's just think about block. Think about block 6 for a second. Okay, so we have this cage that sums to 9. I hope. I truly hope that it does. This 4 is indexed in one of these places. This is going to be 5 or 6. That feels reasonable to me personally. We seem to still need 8 and 9. Well, we know we need the 9. And we need the 8 as well. But this is going to be 5, 7, 8, 9 is remaining here. This sees an 8 in the column. This sees 5 in the column. So we have 7, 8, 9. This digit can be one of 7 million things, right? Because it can be, well, it can't be 8, actually. Oh, it can't be 7 either. Oh. This digit is indexing this box. Right? It's okay. Where is the 7? The 7 is in 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, right? Meaning 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this sees an 8 and it sees a 7. So this is definitely indexing in here, and this is definitely indexing in here. That means this is not, that means 7 is up here. So this is a 5, and this is a 6. And this is the 4, and this is the 3, the 6, the 7. I hope I did that correctly. I don't know if that's what you want me to look at, but that's hopefully. So that becomes a 4-5 pair for the 7 and the 9 is a 4-5 pair. So this is an 8. Great. So the 15 is squirreling down here like a little lizard. But the 15 could take another... Maybe it can't, if I really thought about it. But 15, you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we managed... Like, it looks like the 15 could squirrel up here like a little creep. Like a little creepy weirdo. What are we missing here? 2? What is this cage? Okay. The 4 is in the 7 cage or the 9 cage. The 7 is in 4 or 5. 4 or 5. That all seems reasonable. Oh, wait. Sorry. Why was I looking? Oh, my gosh. Blobz, I'm falling to pieces over here. Why am I looking? I don't even know which box is which anymore. You said to look at box 6, and I immediately I immediately started looking at box 5. It's a form of passive resistance where I try to resist clues that are too, like yesterday when I refused to play set 3. If a clue is too obvious, I'm going to deliberately obstinately look somewhere else. Okay, I'm sorry. Blob said to look in box 6, not box 5. Good heavens. I can't even keep my boxes straight. How am I going to solve this puzzle? Where's this 7? Could be here. That would be cool. Where's this 4? Nobody knows. Oh, I know. I know it's not in here. Oh, is that the purpose of this cool little horseshoe? To let me know that this is not indexing this, that this is indexing one of these. It's not the 6. So this is not down here because there's just not a 4 in there. So there's a 4 up there. It's not here because there's one of those is a 4. So it's 4, 5, or 6, but it's not 6. Well, it's not 6 because of this, but it's also not 6 because of this, which I'm sure those are related facts in some way. So that means the 4 is either here or it's here. It kind of depends on what's going on with this, right? But it means one of these is the 4. So it does mean 4 is up here. Or whatever that's worth. Probably precious little. Why did I look? I'm so embarrassed. What an embarrassment. So, okay. Does this 15 go up here? It doesn't. It definitely doesn't. Because if this 15 cage went like this, that would be a 5-cell 15 cage. And a 5-cell 15 cage has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But 4 or 5 are out here. So I think we can rule that out. That this 15 cage is this. And it's missing either 4 or 5. But yeah, it's missing only one of those. What else do we know about it? You know there's an 8. That's a big number in a 15 cage. Is that true? Do we just know where the 8 is? By Sudoku? Outrageous. I see these flying. See the tomatoes flying. Sorry, got distracted. Okay, we were putting an 8 in here, right? And that means that these 3 digits have to sum to 7. Did I make a mistake? Are you throwing tomatoes because I made a mistake? Or are you just being impatient? So if this is an 8, which I feel like it is, look at those tomatoes. Look at those angry tomatoes flying furiously. Let me just do this box. I just want to do this cage because this is an 8. These 3 digits have to sum to 7, which has to be 1, 2, 4, right? Isn't that a requirement? Isn't this the only way we're going to make 15 with an 8? So this is going to be a 1, and that's going to be a 2, 4 pair. And this is the other part of the 7-9 pair. So that's going to put a 5 here or here. We did lose the 1 out of here. So we did, that's a 1. So 5 is here or here. Oh, okay. Well, I can't put a 4 here because I need a 4 in here. So this is a 5. So that's the 4, and that's the 2, and that's the okay. I see the angry tomatoes, the fury, the tomato fury, because I'm missing something obvious. I'm sure, but I feel like we're moving forward. I'm not too concerned. I feel like we're making progress here. The 5 here is also 7, 8, or 9. Oh, interesting. Well, it's not 8. Sorry, the 6. Good grief. Okay, sorry, let's try that again. The 6 here. Where is the 6 here? Actually, it could be 6. It's not 4 or 5, but I think the 6 can be 6. In fact, we know there's a 6 here or here. Tomatoes are out of control. I know, but Halen's I called you Halens instead of Halen and Z. It's a personal signature maneuver of mine to take the most convoluted way possible. It's my signature patented solving style. What do we need in here? We need a 3, 6, 7, 9. It's a I like to take the scenic route through the fog. Okay, we probably should start thinking about some of these things, right? Like this 6, this is not a 3, certainly. This is a 6, 6, 7, 9. And this is this 5, there's a 5 in here. This is these tomatoes. We're gonna have to disable the tomato. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I actually rule something out there? I had the indexing backwards. I need to index vertically. Thank you, Blobz. Good grief. Wait, did I actually do some logic on that? Did I actually, or did we arrive at we arrived at properly. So this we just already know is a 7. That's embarrassing. Okay, I'm getting a little flustered, I have to say. 3, 4 pair makes this a 7. Okay, sorry. Where is the 6 in this column, not this row? The 6 in this column. Did I break this? Oh, right. It's a row. It's row 1. Oh my gosh, Bob. I need to. I don't know what to say now. I got so tilted by the catch-up that I'm falling apart. This is a row. This is a row index. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with that suddenly at this late game in the puzzle. This is a 3. It's indexing this 1. This is a 6, 9 pair. This is a 6. That's a 9. A 7. Good grief. It's all just falling apart at the end. I got 2. I was staggered by the ketchup attack. I was a staggering attack. Speaking of staggering, that makes me think of Dark Souls, and that makes me think of Bloodborne, which makes me think of that game Lives of P. That's like the Pinocchio Bloodborne. Is that a good game? Actually, Blobz, this is my first time actually ever seeing that, like mixing it. It almost makes you wonder if it should be 2 different colors, like pink indexes vertically and blue indexes horizontally, or something like that. You're breaking new ground here. Is that game good? I love Bloodborne. It's one of my all-time favorite. It's Lies of P. I feel like so many huge games came out in the last few months, and I've played none of them, and I feel like I have like lost all. So it's a B minus. Also, but it was also making me think of Armored Core. Speaking of From Software games, I think I've decided I do not want to play Starfield. B plus for Armored Core. Some cool mechs. You know what I would love is a new Nier game. That's what I would love. Anyway, we were doing Sudoku. I just seem to remember. That wasn't right. What do I need here? Not 3, 5. 3, 4. Oops. That's the 4. We've revealed the fog now. That's all very exciting. Okay. Once again, I apologize for the clumsy solve, but hey, you should know by now. If you're here for, I was going to say professional Sudoku solving. I don't know what to tell you. 2, 5, 6. That's the 6, the 2, the 5. What's all our indexing doing? This 7 is just here, so that's horizontal. So that's 9. And this would appear to be an 8. Did we do it? Amazing. So puzzle. Blob said this was a 1 star. That would be 30 minutes. So on stream, took me an hour. That checks out. I did have fun. I love it. Blob, your puzzles are so good, and I feel like I do such a poor job of navigating through them. I really liked the teleporting through around the fog was really interesting. That makes me almost wonder about like a portal puzzle. Oh, has anyone ever done that? Like where lines could go in a portal and come out somewhere else? You know, like imagine I had a partial Rinband here and it hit some kind of portal and teleported somewhere else and the rest of the Rinband was somewhere else. That would be kind of cool. I put portals in Velodic at one point. Velodic. We gotta on the pile of unfinished projects. I mean, technically Velodic's finished, but I could use a lot of work. Velodic VR has been in beta for 6 years or something. Whoa, tourist-based grids. Maybe it has some wormholes is what we need. So you could like have a wormhole here, have some sequence of digits, teleport down here, continue. Maybe you have to find the wormholes. Invisible wormholes. So I did like that a lot. I liked the cool indexing tricks. I can see like the main thing that I would say, I mean, I feel like nothing is a 1 star for me, but the one thing I would say that did give this a bit of a 1 star feel, and this is not a complaint at all, is the freebies. Like when you would reveal some fog and you would just have things that were already pre-indexed for you. It was very generous. I did like that, where you got like fog cleared for free. It was a nice little bonus. I like this little trick, this little cage, which was kind of only there to put pressure on it. That's a cool trick, actually. This in particular felt pretty unique. Like the gating the indexing. I assume that was the whole purpose of this cage. I think that was cool. That was very clever. Some of the, even though I really screwed it up here, which is embarrassing, some of the conclusions you had to make about cage totals in the fog were really cool. Like realizing that this one had to have a secret digit going, or realizing that this one couldn't swing up. I think that was cool too. I'm normally not crazy about like, I was about to say, I don't know if there's certain kinds of puzzles where the whole point is just understanding like the constraints of a particular total in a cage, and I don't like it when that's the only thing going on in a puzzle. I do like seeing it used in this way, especially with the invisible cages. I do think that is one of my, actually, a thing I really love about fog puzzles is the when you're drawing conclusions like on top of the fog, essentially, like even without knowing anything about what's going on under the fog, I could just, for example, say that wasn't in the cage, or that this cage had to split one way or the other. Actually, I think that's one of the coolest things about fog puzzles, or when you're making conclusions about the things that are underneath. What was that one? I feel like I just did a fog puzzle that was... anyway, I don't. Some puzzle memory came to me that I just can't quite remember. Yeah, I love that. That's cool. I like that. I like the. I feel like I'm very, very slowly. Okay, I think I mentioned yesterday that my friend Wyna, has always been super into crossword puzzles, and I used to solve with her, and I started to just by osmosis learn, and I think that was before she was really setting very seriously. Now she's a really good setter, but but I could, like, through her, was the only way I knew it, sort of understand like the whats and the whys of what the setter was doing in crosswords. And I don't feel like I've had that intuition really in Sudoku until just recently. I feel like I'm starting to slightly understand why decisions are made, like why does this exist, and and I'm starting to understand like what the pressure is on there. I think one of the things that really keeps me from really appreciating that fully on stream is I'm so bad at following the thread. Like, I think on puzzles like that, the Foggy yin yang sightline puzzle that I did off stream, I loved the fluidity of it, and it was really easy to see, like, it felt like I was on a tour of the puzzle guided by the setter, and I think that's cool to see that. Halen is bored by this discussion. Halen's here only to see Sudoku. Doesn't want to hear anything about Sudoku philosophy. But that makes me want to do this, which is going to drive everyone insane, because last time I did this, it went poorly. Let's just see. Yeah, Blobz, thanks for stopping by. Thanks always for the puzzle. Loved it. Let's do, but I'm gonna close out here. So everybody who only loves Sudoku should just leave, because I'm gonna do this puzzle from Wyna that I don't think I've done this yet. This one yet. So definitely clear out if you hate crossword puzzles, especially if you hate like not very good solves. Sorry, this is super white. I don't think there's a dark mode. I'm very curious about the way this responsive grid, like how when I make the window bigger, it gets smaller. It seems a little weird. I should add, I think I could, let's just try. Do you think I could find the div to make this whole thing this div main content does not work very well. Background green. It has to be lime green, right? Or is it just lime? Background lime. Is that the right color? Yeah. And then, actually, does that just work? Do we do it? Okay. I'm gonna do this Wyna puzzle now. I should send a picture to Wyna of what I'm streaming. Okay, let's solve this Wyna puzzle. Group unlikely to wait in line. I don't know. No idea. I don't know why that just jumped up. That was sort of annoying. Group unlikely to wait in line. Religion whose name can translate as submission. This is probably an ism, and this is probably Islam. Think so? I don't know. I may be wrong. This is probably SPF. Probably. Born after surgery. Is this cryptic? No, this is just normal New York Times, good old-fashioned American crossword puzzles. Cryptics I cannot deal with. First time to abbreviate it, add a digit. Probably 4. Right? What did we think that this was? Terms of address. Term of address. Punishment for serious rule breaking. Cry heard it. This is probably just trademark shade of blue. Oh, Salon des Refusees. I remember that. Who would this be? I'm just taking a tour of the puzzle for now. I'm just taking a quick tour. I feel like the cryptics in the London Times are just so... I feel like you have to be British. I feel like it's a requirement to be British to solve those puzzles. Xenomorphs or Vulcans? That's a weird combo of aliens. Depressed after a period. It's probably the space bar. That's pretty funny though. It's often depressed after a period. That could be like, yeah, interesting. Period, like a point of time, but I'm gonna guess it's spacebar. Away from this, because this is probably a C. I'm gonna put spacebar just because I really want it to be that. It seems like a Wyna kind of thing. Relative of Marquis. I don't know what that is. Delivery that might require signature. Scopes. Duke's Place. Is that a duchy? A dukedom? Probably not. Probably like university. Do some cleaning. Something that an elephant can easily pick up. Gross. It's probably locks, right? Locks. Totally wrong. No way. No. Regret. Probably rue. Does it say yurt? Yurts? I feel like that might be yurt. Pizza bagels or is that a panini press? NBA Jam. Wow. Nice, Wyna. What a dot on an envelope may indicate. Not sure. Takes a break. Nelly? I don't know how to spell. I don't know how to spell that. The Scopes trial. I want to say NCAA, but this doesn't seem right. Deets. Info. Flow slowly. Clan emblem. Oh, you can't read the clues. I'm sorry. Let me try to... Maybe I can embiggen them. Is that any better? Doesn't seem happy being this big, but we'll try it out. I feel like this is SPF, but I don't know. Oh, maybe we're not to research. Oh wait, we're doing downs now. Sorry, falling apart. Okay. Clan emblem. This is a new variant, Skojo. You use you place the digits 1 through 9. It's you place the letters A through Z in such a way that they form words that match the numbers in the corner. And each of those numbers indexes a clue, something like that. Den mother. I think it's a she bear. I don't know this Canadian beer. We don't have any Canadians in the chat, do we? We need who's Canadian? Lana Lux. Must be AMAs. Legendary Egyptian King. I don't know. Term of address. Hashes. These are probably fonts. Villain appears in the game. Probably final boss? Some kind of boss. An animal known for its distinct upright posture. Gnome? I think this is a C. Oh no, wait, do I have oh shoot. I think you're allowed to repeat. I think it's possible. Gojo, is that true? I'm gonna try to arrive at it. We'll see if I can arrive at it with by getting all the crossings. I feel like we can. New York City summer setting. It's Eastern Daylight Time. German interjection. Gumshoes. It's not spies. Techs. I think it's probably like some abbreviation for detective. There's a lot of weird abbreviations for detective that show up in crossword puzzles. Genre for SST records. That ends in a C. Maybe I have that C wrong. It's over. I mean, that seems like clears. Oh, is this not yurts? That's too bad. I wanted it to be yurts. Probably barns. Oops. Do we think that's barns? I'm having trouble navigating this puzzle. So we wanted that to be rue. Yeah. Janice Schnabel. What's Soren Kierkegaard? I don't know. Muscle. Die after muscle or dial? Alaskan port. Is this another gnome? Is this gnome Alaska instead of gnome Chomsky? That'd be weird. Zero shape is an oval. Pet Shop Boys singer. I don't know. University helpers? Probably TAs. Okay. What do we actually... I'll start hopping around. I'll go through it. This is an insane run of letters. Did I have something wrong? Maybe. Punishment for serious. Unfinished unfinished story. It's gotta be Mane. Disciplined. No, sorry. Disinclined. Sorry, loath. Scopes. Something that an elephant can easily pick up. What can an elephant easily pick up? No something. I think this is Rue. And this is probably some kind of oven? That's not how you spell Soren. I know this is, let's see if you play, right? But I don't know how to spell French words. What an embarrassment. Maybe it's not Final Boss. Maybe that's Monet. The F and then the SH is pretty weird. Maybe worn after surgery. I feel like I like this. Humanist Grotesque, pretty sure is fonts. I don't know. It's probably some kind of seal. Right. Chat, I'm sorry I'm ignoring you because I feel like you'll be too helpful. I apologize. I'm doing it again. We're rudely ignoring chat. I shouldn't do crosswords on this. Totally wrong. I want this to be some kind of oven, but that may not be right. And I kind of want it to be Neil Tennant, but I don't actually know if that's right either. Just. That could be only. Like, yeah, and that would be Nelly. I think this is Neil. Do you think this is no, no, no? That would be an insane thing to put in a puzzle, but that seems like something Wyna might do. So this is some kind of email. Encouraged. Encouraged. This I'm not sure about. Some kind of oven? Device for making pizza. Would a dot and an envelope. That's probably unread email. And that's probably something ED. Takes a break. I'm sure this is an obvious word. What kind of oven am I missing here? Did I misspell locks? The HNED is pretty weird. This feels wrong. I don't know. Kind of feels like a mistake there. Unfinished story. Basement? Oops. Hashes. Term of address. Term of address. Term of address? Okay, This there's a couple of places I'm just worried about, like the H with the NED. This feels problematic. That's totally resolved. Sounds like it wants to end in a D, but then what would this be? Word after muscle or dial. Where's Hawaiian snack? I don't know. I feel like I've got. Oh, sorry. Is this ACLU? Did they exist at that time? Maybe this is A-list. Yeah, okay, let's just start doing things we think may be true. Flow slowly. Could be seep. Oh, cone of shame. Cute. Scojo probably had that 10 minutes ago. Scojo's still here. Life. Lifetime ban. I'm not super crazy about that. Lion? Lewis. US Open. Good grief. Good grief. Okay. Adverb sometimes. Is it just two? Term of address. I don't know what that means. This feels cry, heard. Horns. I don't know this. This is a meerkat? I don't know how to spell meerkat is the problem. You spell meerkat. Nobody knows how to spell that. It's an unspellable word. I'm sorry, chat. I'm ignoring you so bad. Rude. I know I shouldn't do this. Is this too? Heard in horror movies is a pretty weird one. Trumix bits. I don't know. Relative. This almost seems like this is supposed to be the clue for 40. It almost seems like these are backwards. Like this is an earldom, or I don't know. Maybe not. But do you think this is just an earldom? Surpass could be... World's largest tennis hitting. I don't know. Spotted what kind of seal? Yes. I'm sure I feel like I have some problem. There's some problem in this puzzle. Just feel it. Attained success. You see, what I want this to be is my name. I want this to be a flattering shout out just for me. I don't think it is. Scopes. Scopes. Do some cleaning. Something that an elephant can easily pick up. I'm sure probably everybody left. Probably everybody's furious at me because I'm missing an obvious thing. Bolus? Bolus is like a ball, like when you chew something, isn't it? B-O-L-U-S? I don't know what this wine snack is. I should probably know it. Spam something? Scopes. I feel like this should be so obvious, right? Surpass. I feel like I have a mistake. I really do. Is this just I feel like this is gonna be text or something. Sorry, we were doing crosses and then I got lost. What were we doing? Shoot. No, we weren't. We were looking at bolus. Or possibly bolus. Maintained. Kind of seems like this is a D then. Oh, this is toaster oven. Oh my gosh. How did I not see toaster oven? Oh boy. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. If Skojo's still here, Skojo saw that was toaster oven 3 hours ago. I don't know how I did not see toaster oven. Good grief. Probably just rests. Totally resolved. This is, I think this is Archer. Totally resolved. I feel like I have something wrong. Touch driving feels good. Unread email feeds. Cebu play? Is that how you saw that? I don't really know what this is. That like food? I'm associating with like cryptography, but how do you spell meerkat? Is that how you spell meerkat? Nori wrapped Hawaiian snack. It's got to be spam something because it's Hawaiian, right? Spotted marine animal is some kind of seal that probably everybody knows but me. Encouraged. Feels like I have a mistake. That just looks crazy. Genre for SST records. What is SST records? What's funny is that clear seems correct. So like Holmes. Is that not how you spell luck? Okay, what do we think totally resolved is? Archer Schnabel? I don't know who that is. Is this two? I don't really seem right. Run. Run. Street something. Pounds. Something. It's just like street name. It's just a package. I have a hard time when I don't know the people's names. I struggle with that. One is very good at that, about figuring out, even if she doesn't know the people. Hashes. Bessie. That's just seeds. Delivery that might require. Is it just package? That seems too obvious somehow. SST records. What could that be if it was a P? Frog? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing once again. Maybe I should just not do puzzles on stream. It's probably just street name. I think it's just street name. And this is really just package. I don't know why I'm trying to make that harder, but it's just the G seems weird. Is ET's right? I think that's right. Duke's place. Briefly. Duke. Like John Wayne. Package. Prague. What could this be? Hashes. Oh gosh. Pound signs. I feel like I definitely have an error, but pound sign seems right. Maybe it's not street name. That's the Tess. Probably. Sorry, chat. I'm still ignoring you. I apologize. I think this is just earn it. I think Tex is a short for detective, but then what in this we certainly have something insane happening down here. Oh, Durham, North Carolina. Oops. Right? Is that true? Heartened? Oh, no. Sorry. This must be punk. What? Wait, did I end up with something crazy here? Ascent? And this is punk, and this lake. It's lakes, not locks. Good grief, it was that easy. What? Dead set. So what have I made mistakes? I'm sorry, chat, for ignoring you. I apologize. I feel like we're getting close. This must be just asserted. I don't know. I don't know. This, I'm mad at this one, actually. That is just lakes. And I'm mad at package because somehow it's just a little too obvious. And earn it? I don't know. This puzzle. I do love Cone of Shame. I'm mad at you, Wyna. I'm mad for earn it, and I'm mad for something else I was mad at. I mean, package is just my own insistence that it had to be something more complicated, but anyway, whatever. Scopes is, this must be Artur, right? I still feel like I have a mistake in there somewhere, but I have several mistakes still. Okay, what do we actually have? Namesake of world's largest tennis stadium. I don't know anything about tennis. 2 tennis questions in this. How am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to deal with that. Scopes could mean like the scales of something. It could mean to like look at something. It could mean scopes. Do some cleaning. Balsa? Harbor seal, right? And this must be Ash. Sounds like a tennis person's name. Surpass is it. No, something must be wrong here, right? Is spam not wrong, right? Correct? Harbor seal sounds pretty good. Ash. I love spacebar. That's my favorite thing in the puzzle so far. Do some cleaning. Is harbor seal right? I want it to be. I don't know. Borea. Surpass. I'm sure this is totally obvious. I'm sorry. I don't. This just seems like there must be a mistake. Scopes. Do some cleaning. I'm just like stuck in an area of just stuff I don't know. I just don't know what this is. Something Osubi sort of makes sense. Like I want that to be B-O-R. That sort of sounds like a thing. Surpass. I guess I don't really know about earldom. Kind of like a C. Space Roll was good. And this is Arthur Ashe. Eclipse. Good grief. Oh my gosh. Mom. Okay, so I have a problem. Mop sounds good. So what's wrong here? Bursa? Bursa. So what is that? Scope ambits? I don't know what that is. I mean, I feel good for finishing it given how little I knew what was going on over here. Because I don't know this word. I don't know what that is. Ambits. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Skojo was there yelling at me the whole time. Axio, how's it going? Yeah, Halen got it so soon. It's true. However, see, Halen was all over this. Halen got it so close. Halen, I apologize for taking so long. I actually don't know the word ambits. Is that a word? What is? Do we know that word? I thank you for hanging out, by the way, through that. I've never heard this term. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give my review of this puzzle. It had, for my taste, a few too many like trivia questions, like this and this. But Wyna would always tell me that crosswords are never about trivia, and it shouldn't matter. Even if you don't know the trivia, you should still be able to figure out, which is true. We did eventually figure it out, even though I didn't know this person, didn't know this. I thought this was Neil, but I wasn't sure. I do like the gnome and gnome. That's actually probably my favorite part of this puzzle. I love the space bar and I love the double gnome. I'm very angry with earn it. Package was my own fault because I just was insistent on that being some kind of wordplay when it really just was not wordplay. Toaster oven, I'm embarrassed that it took me that long to get. But ambits and spam masubi. I mean, the wine, it was easy enough to figure out that it was spam, but. And bursa. That's some word that's deep in my brain, but definitely was not readily available. So, did like the she bear. I think that was a good one. Cone of Shame was cute. See, my problem was I desperately wanted this to somehow be a shout out to me. I wanted that was my downfall with this puzzle, was that I secretly was hoping I'd made some other mistake and this actually was supposed to be Garner. But I don't think Wyna has given me a shout out. Maybe she has. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Could be. Okay. Well, Halen, I appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for the follow. By the way, I just saw the follow. Appreciate that. As you can see, I'm an expert at not solving puzzles very well. I used to make things on stream, and then I haven't done that for a long time. Problem is when I have like jobs going, it's hard for me to do that, especially when I have to like sit at this computer and do jobs all day. I don't know. We have so many projects to finish. My desk is littered with them. That workbench littered with them. Workbench in the other room littered with them. I do have my cool. This is cool. I like my new cool vice. My new cool vice. Yeah, 42. Yeah, this could have been Scott Garner. Wyna really missed an opportunity to put my name in this puzzle. I'm angry at her, especially because I told her how excited I was when Blobz gave me a shout out puzzle, but you know, I guess can't have it all. And what would be embarrassing, I mean, Wyna has set a ton of puzzles and I certainly have not done them all. She used to, when she was first starting out getting into setting, she would send me the puzzles that she set, but now she's a big shot. I'm trying to get her to do Sudoku with me. Maybe I can get her to do that on a stream sometime where I give her variant Sudoku lessons, which obviously I'm the most qualified person in the world to do that. I'm ready for the assignment. Oh shoot. Oh well. Sorry. Momentary digital distractions. Skojo, I've never asked you, is the Sko in Skojo Scott? Are you another Scott? Or is Sko something like Scout? Another Scott Johnson. I'm gonna just say I'm stealing that from. I guess it's good to not. Australia had to deal with ScoMo for a long time, but ScoMo's gone. Scarjo is a different person, so that's a whole nother consideration. Scott Jorgensen, Scott Johansson, Scott Jehoshaphat. I was just thinking about biblical names because I'm thinking about Stranger in a Strange Land. So we had a new Discord user who had a book. It is a very interesting story. I'm excited for you to hear for how good this story is. It's not a good story. Anyway, I was thinking about there's a new Discord user, Groctillion, whose profile picture was from Robert Heinlein, Stranger in a Strange Land, and that was making me think of Iron Maiden, Stranger in a Strange Land, and that was making me wonder where the phrase Stranger in a Strange Land came from, and I didn't realize it was Moses naming his child Stranger, basically. It was a pretty cool name. I wish the name was cooler. That's probably insensitive of me to say. I don't find the name personally sort of like pleasing to the ear. Otherwise, it'd be a cool name. I already forgot what it was, honestly. Let's look it up. From Exodus 2:22. Gershom says, I become a foreigner in a foreign land, or stranger in a strange land, which I think sounds cooler. Stranger in a strange land. Stranger in a strange land sounds cooler. Foreign in a foreign land doesn't have this, the strange, the weird aspect to it. Had sci-fi on the brain a little bit. I just read the Southern Reach trilogy. First book, pretty good. Second two books. Middle book. I'm prepared to give the middle book a thumbs down. Or like a thumb angled down, if not fully down. Okay. Am I doing more puzzles? I don't think so. I think I'm going to call it for tonight. It's almost the time when I would have to lower my voice. Halen's here. Halen is here for puzzles and only puzzles. Any digression is it's over. It's done. I will plan to stream tomorrow. I do need to work on some stuff. I need to work on some projects. We got to finish some of these things, but I'm gonna call it for tonight. Halen, thank you again for the follow. Scojo, always a pleasure. Actually, I'm sorry I missed you, but thank you for stopping by. Also, Michigan Jaws, and of course, Blobz, thank you, and thank you for the puzzle, which was great. Somewhere in there, we got a drive-by visit from Grimbone, and then then Binary came in and was just throwing subs around, which was very nice. So, all right, I will see you all next time. Thanks a lot. Bye. Wait, I got to remember to do this. Okay, bye.